Yo, what is up, boys? How's it going? Hope you guys are doing well. So I just uploaded a reaction to the One Piece live action Netflix trailer, and I thought it was pretty good. It exceeded my expectations. However, it's pretty fast paced, so I feel like I missed a lot because it was my genuine raw first impression reaction. So now we are going to adjust the speed to 0.5 speed and watch it a little slower just to take everything in, see all the characters, find the Easter eggs. I realize this type of reaction might not be for everybody, and that's okay. It's just something that I like to do, and I figured I would share the experience with the people that do care about it. So obviously this starts off in Logtown with Roger's execution. I think they casted Roger quite well.
Well,
Fame.
fame,
Power.
power.
You could see the Jolly Roger there on the back of Roger's outfit, which is a good little touch.
I found everything is.
You'd notice here that the executioners are definitely wearing a different outfit than in the original manga, and I think it's a good change.
World has to offer
Is yours to find. So upon first watch, it went by so fast, I really didn't take in who this was. This is obviously Garp, and I think they casted him quite well as well. It makes sense that he would be here, even if we didn't get to see that in the anime or manga. At least I don't think so. I don't think we got to see Garp's reaction. My one little complaint is I do feel like some of the background roles look a little janky. Again, I love this. I think he's casted well. The yellow teeth is a good touch. I do feel, though, that the background characters are, out of place to me, or just don't belong.
Are you with me? Mutiny.
So this is, I guess, when Luffy first takes off to start his journey by himself. And Luffy had that tendency just to ask random people, hey, you want to join my crew? Hey, join my crew type of thing. I think it's within his personality to ask a bird. The joke is funny. Would he say mutiny? I don't know. But obviously we're overthinking it. It's a funny little gag. I don't really care that much. This scene did not obviously happen in the anime or manga. At least I don't think so. My memory's a little foggy, but I don't think so.
Why would anyone want to be a pirate?
See, I want to put this to normal speak. I can't even tell who's saying that. Also, this is Alvida's ship. Just attacking a random ship, I believe. Who is saying, why would anyone want to be a pirate? Probably Kobe? Let's see.
Why would anyone want to be a pirate? This is the best thing there is.
Yes, it makes sense for it to be Kobe, given the context.
I need your back.
I think Alvida looks better in this trailer than my first impression in the teaser. I'm a little bit nervous with the series being a little bit too PC. We don't exactly see Sanji smoking. Will Luffy call her fat or ugly or whatever? Because that's kind of Alvida's character. It's she is disgusting inside and out, and through the power of fear and her strength, she gets people to kind of say the opposite. Say that she's the most beautiful pirate on the sea, blah, blah, blah. That's her character. Are they going to change it? Is Luffy going to call her a fat bitch? Who knows?
This is the best thing there is.
I think the more I watch these trailers, the more I warm up to Luffy's voice. I think Luffy's not an easy character to play because he's just such a simple-minded idiot most of the time that it's it works when you're kind of separated from it because it's animated versus seeing a real person act like a simple-minded idiot with a higher pitched voice doesn't really work. I don't know. I think there's a good chance I might just end up watching it in Japanese, which is so sad. I'll watch it in both. Live on kick.com, boys. Drop a follow. Link below.
I need your back. Salty seer.
So I do like the fact that you see them swinging from ship to ship and cannonballs are going and stuff. I do feel sometimes in One Piece we lose the fact that these are pirates on the sea fighting. And it's One Piece. A lot of the times, I just love the moments, like the crazy moments with like Nami's hat scene, and I don't know, Luffy punching a celestial dragon, for example. But I do think like sometimes the actual combat itself between like random people, like lesser main characters, I'm like, I wish it was like a little bit more pirate-esque. I don't know what this is.
Loyal crew by your side.
Like this red explosion. My guess is getting attacked by Buggy pirates. That'd be my guess.
It's ready!
I love this. I love seeing the first.
Is it? Or Jolly Roger. We are distraught.
I love seeing the OG original, very authentically done first Straw Hat flag. However, in the anime and manga, Luffy does not call himself the Straw Hat Crew. I can't remember who does. But I feel like other people just start calling them that. It's not a bad change. I don't dislike it. Especially considering his connection to the Straw Hat and how he sees it as his treasure and all that.
We're heading up to the Grand Line.
A treacherous stretch of ocean with bigger islands.
Am I the only one that does this? Like, I do this for like not most trailers, but like I'll read something quick or watch something full speed, and if I really, really am a fan of the medium or of the show, I want to go back and actually like take it in.
Bigger pirates.
I think the sword looks pretty cool. I've heard some complaints. So this is Mary, who I completely forgot existed, and I believe those would be Curl's hands behind it. I thought they were going to gloss over Syrup Village, but it seems like they're maybe not going to.
That's where we're gonna find the One Piece.
I don't know why Zorro's in a well. People were saying something in my comment section, and I can't remember what they were saying. I was thinking, what if Zorro was put into the well to starve? You know how in the beginning of the series, he's like on the poles, and he has to starve and like last a certain amount of time to like save the kid or something? I can't remember exactly. Maybe they put him in a well instead. Would be an interesting change.
You've been making enemies everywhere we go.
I love Buggy. I am in love with Buggy. I think they did such a good job. Sometimes screaming your own attack names are going to be cringe within this live action because it's real people doing it. But why does it work for Buggy? It's just I feel like it's because he looks ridiculous. And like honestly, CGI wise for like the Chop Chop fruit, I think it looks good. So it does seem like we're going to get Orange Town. We're going to get Syrup Village to a certain extent. We're going to get the backstory, which I think we're going to see here in a second. With Luffy's backstory and all that. Like, I love seeing the cannonballs and like actual like crazy combat on these ships. Was that... I would say these are Curl's claws. Yes.
Luffy, they are hunting you.
In love with Sanji's combat and moves. One interesting change. I love the set of the Baratier. The Baratier is actually one of my favorite arcs in One Piece. I realize there's so many grander, better arcs, but this was the arc that made me fall in love with One Piece. And clearly we see Fishman at the Baratier. So they're definitely changing that. I don't know if they're getting rid of Don Krieg altogether. That's a possibility. I don't think Don Krieg's the best antagonist by any means, so I'm not against this change. The things that worry me is there's a lot of importance with this arc when it comes to Sanji's backstory and Nami leaving the crew. What else? I feel like you get to see and learn who Luffy is at this one, the type of guy he is. You get to hear Zeph talk about it like I would hate to fight this type of guy, someone with no fear in his heart, someone who just keeps pushing forward. They're annoying as fuck to fight, but beautiful to watch, you know?
Guys, save your ass.
We got Mihawk. They better have Mihawk cutting a ship in half, or at the very least, showing how much stronger he is than our current Straw Hat crew and how far they have to go. That was part of the beauty of the Baratier. You got Mihawk, you got Nami's scene, you got Sanji's backstory, you see who Luffy is as a fighter and as a person. You even get to see Sanji giving someone like Gin, I think his name is, food and stuff. There's a lot of important scenes with the Baratier, and getting rid of Don Creed and Gin and replacing them with Fishman potentially does worry me. Also, Sanji, just grab a cigarette. Please, I'm just praying it's just for the trailer, and they just couldn't have someone smoking in the trailer, but with the live action on Netflix, they'll have freer, like, ability to do what they want.
Save Zorros.
So we got to see some gore there. I didn't notice that the first time. I'm a little bit of a choreography snob when it comes to, like, sword attacks. Nothing bothers me more than when I feel like you're just swinging a sword near an opponent. I want to make it. I want it to potentially be like every one of these strikes has a meaning and has the potential to harm an opponent, and they either dodge or block. I hate when it's just like swinging, that they just try to do like so many swings that it's like none of those were even going to hit that person. You're just putting it in to make it look cool. Like I want it to, like, the threat of impact needs to be a thing, and at least we get to see, like, he literally cuts that guy's like fucking back of his leg or whatever. You get to see the blood. Like, there, like, do I see him hit the attack? Not really. But it's also really fast, and it's a trailer. That kick is so cool.
You'll have to excuse them. They're idiots.
The banter between Zorro, Nami, and Sanji is top tier. Usopp's casting's the best. They killed it. The Going Merry, I don't think it looks bad, but it doesn't exactly look amazing. But the sets in general, top tier.
Our crew.
The boys.
Can handle anything.
I'm interested to see, like, hopefully they make it that Luffy just doesn't care about Nami's backstory and her past. Like, that's an important thing that they need to keep true. Like, Zorro could be down to hear it and then fall asleep. Sanji should be the actual only one down to hear because he's an actual gentleman in this adaptation. In regards to the other one, he's a gentleman and a simp. So we'll see how they do that. Usopp should probably be down to hear it as well.
Can handle anything.
I actually like the way Arlong looks. So again, this is the Baratier. I like the way Arlong looks. I wish he was a little bit more jacked. I don't mind the nose. I think they did a good job on the nose. I don't really care about the color of his skin. At the end of the day, he looks like a fucking monster fishman.
With the kindness of killing you all together.
Teeth are fine. Voice is a little bit weird, but I could get used to it. I just wish he was a little bit more jacked and tall in comparison to Luffy, who's a small boy.
You're my captain from now until the end.
Was that Zorro's oath? Unfortunately, it doesn't compare to the original, where, like, he's crying, cut up on the ship, just pulled out of the water, and he's like crying, and he's like, I'm never gonna lose again. Is that okay, King of the Pirates? Like, that's such an emotional moment for someone like Zorro, who very rarely is ever emotional, or shows any, like, any level of emotions to that degree. And I think the Arlong set looks good. Like, this building collapsing looks great. This is such a... I think they're going to do a good job with this. Obviously, we need to have, like, all of... like, the whole scene with, like, sad music, and I think they're going to kill it. Like, their acting looks very good for this.
I'm gonna kick your ass, 'cause no one...
So, a good thing to point out here is all the sea charts and maps that Nami drew, I believe. The interior looks great. I don't mind Arlong. I think the biggest thing I gotta get used to is this fucking Luffy and his voice. But that's just because I've watched 1,000 episodes in Japanese, you know? I don't think it's his fault. Shanks looks great. Mihawk is the perfect cast. The eyes are on point. I can't wait to see that fight. I think the Sea King looks good. Sanji's fighting looks great. You know what? The Gatling gun doesn't look bad, I will say.
What's so special about you?
I guess we'll find out. I think this trailer really did exceed my expectations in so many ways. For a live-action adaptation, especially one for One Piece, I didn't think... Honestly, my expectations were low, and they exceeded... But they really did exceed them by a large margin. Like, that looks good. This is Axe Head Morgan here.
Easy Luffy.
Luffy sitting on top of the front of the ship. Can't remember what it's called. The walk to Arlong Park has Nami. Interesting.
And I'm gonna be king of the pirates.
I think he kind of killed that, to be honest. Let's see. Because like, I think I've been Luffy's biggest hater for these a little bit, just because I'm not used to it. And he does have a little bit of a list, but I think it's not an easy role to play. But
And I'm gonna be king of the pirates.
I think that sounds good. Little Luffy in there. One Piece!
I didn't know there were.
So this is a cool one. So we just saw Alvida. If I could properly show the frames. Alvida there. Who is this? I don't know who that is. Oh, this is Cavendish over here.
I didn't know there were so many pirates.
That is Foxy, which is hype. Season 2 when?
It's terrible.
Kobe they killed. Bellamy looks alright, but Bellamy's in it. That's cool.
I know, right? Where's my face?
That is something he would say. I think they killed Kobe perfectly. August 31st, boys. I will be live reacting to the entirety on Kick. And we're close to 150,000 subscribers on YouTube. So if you would want to drop a sub, there'll be tons of live action One Piece content coming, especially once it actually drops in August. Until then, there'll be probably a couple of videos of me talking about it and what I hope for them to do. Anyway, Shinpaku everybody, and I'll see you all in the next one.